So we are here on CNN.com. We appreciate you, Faith Karimi. This was published Thursday, January the 18th, 2024. It was supposed to be a routine court appearance this week for Nicholas Rossi, who is facing a rape charge in Utah. I thought he was only doing the sentencing. I thought he had already went to court for the charges. Rossi appeared via video Tuesday from the Utah County Jail, his face partially hidden under an oxygen mask, and his voice barely audible. When the judge asked him, "Are you Mr. Rossi?" he mumbled a different name in what sounded like a British accent. He doing his best. The suspect then identified himself as Arthur Knight Brown, one of the king's best soldiers. I'm sorry. I don't know why he randomly picked this name, but this name really gives me like royal vibes. Like, how dare you touch me? Hands off. I'm sorry, I got into character. Where was I at? Okay, the suspect then identified himself as Arthur Knight Brown and gave a date of birth that differed by a year from the one listed in court records. He used the British date format that starts with the day followed by the month and year. I'm going to just tell you, I hate that. But I'm going to mind my business. When a prosecutor told the judge that Rossi has not admitted his name or birthday accurately, Rossi responded, "Objection, my lady. That is complete hearsay." I understand you've been through some traumas. I do not want to take away from that because honestly, you don't have enough money for them to care. They're not going to bring in the experts to get you off for this charge or anything like that. I mean, you going to jail. You going to jail. It's the largest episode in the increasingly bizarre saga of a man authorities say has used false identities, fled the country, and attempted to fake his own death to elude prosecution for sexually multiple women. After he was arrested in 2021 in Scotland, Rossi described himself as an Irish orphan who had never visited the United States. But investigators say he's an American who posted his own fake obituary and fled to Ireland and Scotland to avoid rape charges in Utah. A Scottish court ruled in August that Rossi could be extradited to the U.S. The 36-year-old, also known as Nicholas Alahverdian, arrived in Utah this month to face charges stemming from a 2008 alleged rape in Orem, about 40 miles south of Salt Lake City. He's also facing a separate rape charge in Salt Lake County. Oh, boo, bring your ass back over here. Bring the oxygen mask. You can leave the hose. We'll give you a couple feet. We ain't gonna give you much. We gonna give you about 2, 4, 5 feet. Leave that long ass cord where you at. Leave the tanks. Leave everything. Bring your ass back on over here. I just say bring the mask because he be drooling and spitting and shit. A prosecutor in Scotland said Rossi has used at least 10 aliases and has been known to speak in British, Irish, and American accents, depending on which identity he's using at the time. God damn it, Jim. Rossi appeared in court in Utah without an attorney, and it's unclear whether he has legal representation in the U.S. CNN has reached out to an attorney listed in court documents. I was about to say, because that's why I was hesitating on that one, because my mouth was trying to talk about what my brain was thinking. That motherfucker said clearly he had a lawyer, so don't worry about that. You let him represent himself if he need to. Yeah, you gonna stand these charges, and sir, you gonna have to prove your innocence. I understand. It's the other way around, but no, you won't. His attacks followed a pattern authorities say. Investigators in Utah pursued Rossi's extradition from Scotland after he was charged with incidents of Section Salt Lake City and Utah counties. He's also been convicted of in Ohio, and there have been police. It's sad because I would rather curse than say anything dealing with like nastiness like that. Like it's crazy. I would rather say motherfucker than the word sex. I don't know. For some odd reason, I cuss a lot, but I don't really like to talk about that kind of stuff. I really don't want to offend, and I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Like I'm uncomfortable. Don't be talking about sex next to me. I feel like you might do something to yourself right there. Ew, ew. I don't know what it is. It's just bedroom things belong in the bedroom. I'm a prude. He's also been convicted of sex in Ohio. Well, also because I know YouTube don't like certain words and like those and stuff like that. Those words is bad words. They trigger words. They is safe words. They safe words. When you say them words, everything stops. Ohio, and there have been police reports of possible harassment, assault, and kidnapping in other states, including Rhode Island and Massachusetts, according to a 2020 declaration of facts by a Utah state investigator seeking an arrest warrant for Rossi. Yes, this is what he looked like. That's what he looked like during the hearing. They did have someone there from the state. I don't know if they had a defense attorney. I don't know. I saw the state lady. She was the one, like, or was it a guy? I don't even know. Let me stop talking because it could have been a man. I don't remember. His attacks, we can let him sit here and listen. His attacks followed a pattern, the investigator said in court filings. Rossi met the women online back in 208. I said 208. 2008. He was meeting people online. They had dating sites back then. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I had to think about it. Yeah, because I think I might have met somebody offline back then. Rossi met the women online, convinced them to meet somewhere alone, and initiated inappropriate contact, court documents said. If the women tried to leave, he would threaten suicide or force a non-consensual encounter, the documents say. Oh, you was pitiful. Oh, I might have whooped your monkey ass. Like, I can't fight, y'all. I can't fight. But in my mind, why is that right there? In my mind, well, I'm gonna tell you, if it comes down to me and my goodies or my life, um, like either one of those, I'm willing to do what I cannot do. I'm willing to do the impossible. I might have had to whoop your ass. You might have been thinking about hurting yourself, but I'd have did it first. Hell, motherfucking no. I don't understand. All these poor women. 2017, authorities in Utah. I forgot SA. I've not read a story in so long. The letters SA are what we usually say, or I guess every YouTuber usually says. So I'm gonna start using it now. Why you ain't remind me? I'm gonna blame y'all. In 2017, authorities in Utah began reviewing old SA kits and discovered a DNA profile from the 2008 grape case matched one from a SA case in Ohio. The suspect was identified as Rossi, court documents said. Around that time, the investigators also discovered that Rossi had fled to Dublin, Ireland. So wait a minute, y'all seen him? Y'all tracked him like y'all knew. Y'all knew that's where he went. Like, did y'all see him at the airport buying a ticket? And now this man is saying, oh no, it couldn't be me. I am Arthur Knight Brown. Or, I can't remember the other name off the top of my head. Where the hell did the Brown come from? An online obituary claimed he died in Europe. In January 2020, Rossi petitioned the Rhode Island courts for a reduction in SO registry level, which would remove his photo and information online, according to a court filing. Wait a minute, I didn't know that. I didn't know that SA offenders have a way. OMG. Yes, of course you wouldn't want your face there. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is wow. He had been convicted of public indecency and imposition in Ohio. Was you by yourself out there just showing your little wiener off? Nobody wanted to see that. I guess that's the problem. Nobody wanted to see it, and that's why you had to make people see it. Okay. Um, and was required to register as an SO. Court documents said. Okay, yep, you was whacking your little wiener, allegedly, in my opinion, out in public. You wanted to show all the people. People just didn't, for some odd reason, see you as a sexual being, and that was a problem. There's somebody out there for everybody. Look at you now. You got a whole wife who is dedicated. I wonder if she coming over to see you. Weeks after the petition, an obituary appeared online saying Nicholas Alahverdian had died and his cremated remains were scattered at sea. But the source of the obituary was not mentioned, and officers have not located any official death notification, the court document said. 4 months later, an email with an encrypted address claiming to be from the Alahverdian, I don't know how to say his name, Foundation was sent to the Rhode Island police stating that Rossi had died in Eastern Europe. Court documents said it did not provide any specifics. But who sent the email? What was the encrypted? Can I just get a little bit more details? Can you tell me what the act was, please? The emails and the obituary were all written in a similar manner to previous written communications sent by Nicholas Rossi prior to his purported death. The 2020 court document said there is a generally held belief between the different states involved that Nicholas Rossi is alive and attempted to fake his death. The FBI pinpointed Rossi's whereabouts in 2021 after searching his cell phone records and iCloud, according to the Providence Journal in Rhode Island. He was arrested while hospitalized in Glasgow, the journal said. Investigators have not released many details on how they figured out Rossi was at a hospital in Scotland. We are not going to have to answer the questions of how we found him, as that would expose investigative techniques. Utah County Attorney David Leavitt said in a statement after his arrest, we will respond that we found him through diligent investigative efforts, which we passed on to Interpol authorities who located him in Scotland. You don't think he went there and was like, I don't know my history, but I'm going to be in a coma because I'm sick, I'm dying of COVID. And they tried to run some genetic testing just to make sure he have no other genetic disorder, wondering why in the world everybody else just coming in with COVID. I mean, people was getting sick. They was putting them on ventilators and stuff. But man, you got something else going on. I don't know what's wrong with your lungs. You got this mask. You got spit coming out of everywhere. We need to find out what's going on. And they did some genetic testing. And his genetics threw up a red flag. Some people don't want y'all to know. You go to the hospital, they might find out you want it in another country. They won't tell us their investigative efforts, but just know you go to that hospital with that COVID, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. He accused investigators of taking his. Oh, I'm all out and wrong. I'm telling you, this is how my tunnel vision, my ADHD, my I don't know. I did not see that next line, and it's bolded. It's bolded. My eyes seen it, but I didn't even read it. He accused investigators of taking his fingerprints at the hospital. For nearly 2 years, Rossi has denied that he is a great suspect or even that he is Nicholas Rossi. He says he's a victim of mistaken identity. Boo. Them fingerprints don't lie, and I pray that they did DNA testing before they brought your ass back over here, because I was loud and wrong. But if they brought me back over here just because of my fingerprints, oh boo, I would be mad. You cannot tell me across the United States it's not a chance. Oh no, hell no. I'd be over there searching for Nicholas Rossi my damn self. At this point, I would be out there searching high and low. I would find the man myself and bring him in. Y'all not gonna bring me in here with somebody else because they fingerprints. Nah, they had to have been watching him though and wait until he got into a position. It's no way that they just knew by some chance he was in the hospital, boo. You did something still had happened. It had happened. But Norman McFadden of Edinburgh Sheriff Court in Scotland has said that Rossi's fingerprints matched those provided by U.S. law enforcement, and that he has distinctive tattoos that match descriptions given by witnesses in the U.S. I do remember that. He does have the tattoos. When he was on the court show, on the news show with his wife, he ain't had no tattoos, though. He ain't had no tattoos. Rossi has accused investigators of obtaining his fingerprints through a health service worker when he was hospitalized with coronavirus at a Glasgow hospital in October 2021. He also alleged he was tattooed while... Oh, hell, motherfucking no. You done lost your goddamn... You know what? As a victim, I would be so upset. I would be trying to unplug his ventilator and he not even on a fucking ventilator. I would be trying to put the fucking... What is it? Put the tube down your throat to help you breathe just so I can pull his shit and hope and pray you can't start breathing on your own. I'm trying to end your life. I apologize, allegedly, in my opinion. That's charges. I know I'm going to jail, but if you say some shit like this, if you really do some shit like grape me, right? You done grape some women. You're going to this extreme because for some odd reason you should not have to pay for taking something so private, precious, and mind-boggling. Like that's a whole mind fuck to get over. How the fuck do you get over some random ass person doing some things, invading your... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even get over when a roach, a bug, a mouse, something like that touches me. The violation I feel is so deep. It's so deeply ingrained in me that I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I could literally walk out in full combat gear with the 12 gauge at the mouse, at the roach, at the bug, and it don't matter if it's any casualties in the process. All hell can break loose because I've been violated. Like, that's how I feel with just a bug. A person, though? A person? And for him to say... Oh, first off, for him to be upset how they got his... Motherfucker, you had your fair chance. You didn't get away. Game over. To say that they even had the... They tattooed you while you was a fuck... Oh, my God. You know what? Bring your ass back to the U.S. We hope and pray that something else happened to your ass while you sleeping. That's what it is. I apologize. Lord, you know my heart, and I truly am apologizing because that was a horrible thought. We shouldn't wish bad on anybody. But some people, they wish it on themselves. How about that? You know what? And that's what all I wish. I wish that karma comes back quickly and swiftly, directly aimed at whoever the fuck this is, because that's disgusting. Y'all got to take his DNA to make sure. I need to make sure once this man is injured. They say his legs even work. They say he can walk. Do you see this? Okay. All right, I'm going to stop talking because this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to cut out so much shit. He also alleges he was tattooed while in a coma at the hospital. Allegations McFadden has called implausible and fanciful. I've never said that word. Fanciful. I like that word. Okay, I'm going to use that one. It don't sound right when I say it, though, but okay. Our office is grateful for the significant interagency collaboration of law enforcement to bring this suspect to justice. Leave it. The Utah prosecutor said in a statement in January 2022. In Scotland, Rossi often appeared in court via video, saying he was not well enough to attend in person. He's also gone to court in a wheelchair and wearing an oxygen mask. But a doctor at the Edinburgh prison where he was held said he had no concerns over his health. At Rossi's 2022 bail hearing in Edinburgh, a prosecutor said his name is Rossi and that in the U.S. he spoke with an American accent. The prosecutor added that Rossi got married in February 2020, around the time his obituary posted online under an alias, and his wife's family knew him as Nicholas Brown, a man who had an Irish accent. At a hospital in Glasgow, he was listed as Arthur Winston Brown and spoke in an English accent. The prosecutor said, wait a minute, was the fucking wife there all the time? Was she there for both times? Has she been there for all the accents and all the names? Or did he go admit himself to the hospital and I am just so fucking confused. Miss, Miss, if you knew about some of this, if you knew about the different names and the accents, you got to take some of the blame. We blaming you. You can't aid in the bed just because you want to be dumb and want to be in love. No, no, no. If you seen these red flags and you accepted them, you just as guilty as him. If you seen these red flags and you was like, but no, they have to be lying. He's my love. He's my husband. I just want to be with. Miss, you can't be in charge of your love life no more. When you get divorced, you can't get married unless the people say it's okay for you to get married. Cause you're not a good judge in characters, and I'm not gonna talk about your parents, cause that's just rude. He appeared today as Arthur Knight, but has previously been identified by medical professionals and civilians as Nicholas Rossi. The prosecutors told the court. Rossi then shouted from the dock, "That's not true." I can't do no accents, so I apologize for any of those ones that I did earlier in the video. I know I shouldn't, but I can't help myself. Last year, Rossi's attorney in Scotland said his extradition to the U.S. would serve as a flagrant breach of his human rights. Rossi's next hearing in Utah is set for January the 26th. So yeah, it happened. It happened. That's when he declared he was not this Rossi gentleman that you all accuse him of being. And you need to get your facts straight. I don't know what's wrong with you. Why you coming all the way over here to bother me, boo? But just let me continue my happy, non-breathing, non-walking life with my wife. And y'all just keep on doing what you doing. Yeah, he said he ain't did it. This was just an interesting one to me because this one is amazing. This is a long-ass story. And like I said, I understand that he had a lot of shit happen to him. I do feel bad. But your hard comings can't trump somebody else's. And you chose to go, I don't know, the wrong route. You chose to make other people suffer because you suffer. That's the best way I can put it. So, let's see what had happened. I really, really, really hope and pray his wife come over here for the trial and she go to the court every day and she makes statements and stuff like that, because that would be entertainment. I wasn't going to say that first, but that would be entertainment for me. Just to see what she actually talking about, because I think she a little special. I think she got to be a little special. Or he's just a good liar. But I don't think the latter is true. I don't think he's a really good liar. So I'm going to go with she ain't got to be special. I can't say the other word. I was going to say the D word. And it's not dumb. I don't mean dumb. But that would be insulting as well. So I'm going to go ahead and mind my business. I'm going to just stay on the person. You got to focus on Rossi. We're going to get you on this list that you need to be on. And we're going to get you a place to stay. We're going to get you rehabilitated. We might be able to get you up out that wheelchair. We might be able to get you up off this oxygen. We just trying to do what we can to, I don't know. I was about to say to help, but no, not really. We just trying to get your ass where we need you to be. All right, y'all. This was a crazy one. I am going to kind of stay up on it. I ain't going to make no promises as usual. All of my stories will just be drive-bys, except for the ones that be super, super interesting to me. So I hope this was interesting to you. And yeah, all right, y'all.